and the live went disconnected. So I hope those of you, the 14 of you in the room that were waiting, come and find me, because I'll be right here waiting on you while I'm cleaning up my jars. Come on, Kathleen McGee. Figure it out, everybody. I have no way to tell you what's happening. So, oh, here we go. Yeah, you're back. Now I'm getting something about my battery being low, so I can't do as long of a video as I wanted to. Boy, this may be... Hi, sweetheart. We had an issue with the first one. It went dead. It's come back. Just to recap for everybody, we did a show and tell on the different color-coded micas. You know, here's one from PearlX. Sorry, John, I hit the wrong button and it disconnected. And now I'm being told I got a low battery, so we'll see how long this thing lasts. But just to recap for those of you guys who missed, this is that PearlX mica mixed with water, and I showed that there was no color that went to the back. So the color Chalcedony of ours, you see it's a little bit more flashy because I put different size particulates in that one, and obviously no color in the back because there's no actual color in it. And then this is the Prussian Violet, I think. God, I love this color. Absolutely gorgeous. So what happened is then a friend of mine said, can't you make the same thing for epoxy? And I was really challenged with that. I'll tell you that the majority of the products or the bases that you can get on the market to make products for epoxy, it's solvent. It smells like turpentine. It's actually toxic. But that's the options that they had right now to put a color base in your resin. And this very sweet lady, we call her Fairy Art Mother, put some money in my hands and said, figure out how to make this for epoxy, for the resin, okay? And it took me a while. I had to really sit and figure this one out. And then how was I gonna bind it's a solvent color that's compatible with epoxy. Epoxy is a solvent. It doesn't clean up with soap and water. So how do we get it to bond with the mica? I had to then find some kind of green technology wetting agent that would work. And I know John Niedenmeyer, who's on here, plays with it. It does slip into your resin like butter. Yes, you're right, John. It dissolves like butter. It's the wetting agent on the mica and the color, and it just slips right in. And I really need to bottle that wetting agent because when we're trying to put regular mica powder in epoxy, many of you know it's a total pain in the neck. I'm just going to pull a couple colors out of these. I don't know if I'm going to play with all of them in today, but we have fun colors. Now, they come in two different particulates. Here, we'll do our little ad here. So there are some that are made with the more interference. See how fine that is? See how much finer this is versus the amaryllis I had open, right? So this would be the satins that are made with the interference. These are the Galaxy Diamond that are made with the big diamond mica flakes. They're stunning, absolutely stunning. So I'll drop some of this in some resin, and then we're gonna play with some Purely Pigments. I've got some molds here. I even have little bookmark molds, so we're not gonna waste any resin today. Yeah, John, go ahead and tell them. The thing is, today's live's gonna have to be short. I'm already getting a battery notification, so I don't know how long this is gonna last. I'm not gonna dink around a long time today to chat, but I am making an announcement. I will be on tomorrow. We will be announcing the I'll do my ad right now. The Purely Pigment Metallics first set will be up tomorrow. We'll be announcing the colors. There'll be a Christmas special pre-order event. You order them on a pre-order special, you'll get a special reduced price and a free gift, because we will need about a week and a half to make them for you before they ship. And by the way, here is Jasmine on the back. She's jumped up to say hello to everybody. If you don't see my baby on the back of my chair, hey Bubba. Hey little Bubba. Yes, this is Jasmine. She just likes to sit with me while I'm doing this. She keeps me company. So let's get started. Let's get my table clean, flip this puppy around. Yeah, she's a sweetheart, Mandy. She really is. She's just a doll. Okay, so I've got my resin mixed. I was doing it just as we were coming on. Let's get a couple cups out here. We do love our fur babies, don't we? I mean, we love our fur babies. So also part of the resin art, something I did not tell you, and I will discuss it on the next live. We do have our tints, and I'll explain how they work in the next live. If you do use a mixture that has mica in it, you can put these directly in to custom colorize your resin art mixes. But there is another way to use them to get the clear base, but we're not going to do that today because we don't have a lot of time. But I wanted to let you know that there are 3 versions of the resin art when you go to the website. Okay, so let's put a little bit here in the bottom of these 3 cups while we can. Glad you could join us, guys. So glad to see Mandy in the house. Are you working from your desk, Mandy? And I'm lucky enough to have you watch at lunch. I know John is also taking his break. We've got him on his hour break today too. So, you know, I'm so grateful that people could come in the middle of their busy day. I'm going to use my handy dandy spoons so you can see a measurement. That's about just an ounce of resin. I'm going to go to my 1/8 of teaspoon. When I have a chance, could I see what? Say that again. I looked down when you said that. Say that again. This color is the Pretty Periwinkle. Now this is the Satin. This is Amaryllis, Galaxy Diamond. Oh, how do you use the moon rocks? Oh, well, you can glue them down with gel medium. We did have a contest on our website. There's quite a few videos of there, people using them. Yeah, help her, Mandy. They're fun to split and lay down and use. So these first 2 colors, I'm just going to play it straight, meaning I'm not doing anything to it. Let's just see what Pretty Periwinkle looks like all by itself. Oh gosh. I tell you, be still my heart. Look at that. That still gets me so excited. Now this color's so stinking pretty. I don't know if it really needs any help, but because we're here to color play, right? Let's add some, I'm going to add some Angelwings to it. You don't have that color? Well, my goodness, sir. We need to fix that. Here's a little skosh of the Angelwings in here. This kind of is an opaly blue. We have a blue, which is Angelwings, a green, which is Rain. The Luna is the violet, and Aurora is the red. And I sure wish they made it in a gold because it feels like Interference on steroids. Look at that color in the cup before I stir it. It's real pretty. But you see it, poof, you got to be really careful. The Angelwings is the blue, so this is just going to add an extra pop of a blue sparkle on top of what looks like it's got a blue interference. All right, so I'm not modifying it much, but I'm going to add a little extra bling bling. Oh, thank you, Shannon. You are so kind, honey. Okay, so this is a pretty periwinkle. I'm gonna try to keep my top clean because we're gonna get messy here. This is the Amaryllis. Gotta be one of my, hands down, one of my favorite colors. It's a really cool red. Now this is a Galaxy Diamond. Here, what we should do, I have some paddles here somewhere. Let me show that on a paddle so you can see what that really looks like. I see every color of the rainbow in that Galaxy Diamond mix. We do put a Galaxy Diamond mix in here. That means all 5 colors of the diamonds are in quite a few of these colors. And so when you turn it, you get every color of the rainbow. Every color of the rainbow in the Amaryllis. But what if I wanted it just a little bit richer? Okay, God, I hate to ruin this. This is such a beautiful color all by itself. I just love this color. But because we're here to play and modify, now the closest thing would be a quinacridone magenta, quinacridone magenta, or a rhodamine. Yeah, guys, I made these a certain way because I love these colors, and it's really hard for me to alter the color in front of you, but you know, what the heck? We are here to play. So let's add some more magenta. I know I'm still kind of playing it straight. Well, this bottle just does not, the top just does not want to come off. I put the top back on so tight, sometimes they're hard to get off. So here is 1 drop of, I'm gonna put 2 drops of the Purely Pigments in here. And what that's gonna do is it's actually gonna add a little more opacity, even though the colors are very translucent. The color base of the Purely Pigments are very translucent. It's still going to deepen it just a little bit. I realize it's hard for you guys to see because I'm kind of sticking with the same color family. Now, another way to deepen this, we did this with the reds last time. We're back to the phthalo blue red shade. I can't live without this color. And it's the Vivid Intense. I'm only gonna put, oops, looks like a couple drops went in there. I was gonna just put 2. See, the Vivid Intense, the acrylic base is not thick enough to really affect your drying time on your resin. So you can add a couple drops to deepen it. What I'm doing is I'm gonna take this to a wine by adding that blue. I realize there's some of that pure blue right on that spoon. And if I could take it off camera and beat the heck out of it for you, I would. Boy, she's having fun on the back of my chair today. Bouncing all over the place. Wow. Now I wish I'd poured some of the regular Amaryllis out so you would have a before and after to look at. But that really is a gorgeous option. I like it the way it is. I kind of don't want to change it, even though I could keep going deeper and deeper and deeper and do a wine. Now, when we played with the Purely Pigments last time, we did 4 different colors on a tile, and I'm going to order some 3-inch tiles, I promise. But we did 4 different colors with 1 color base. But I think I'm only going to do 2. Because I have a little surprise. If I can get some of this resin poured off on one of these molds, I'm going to try to cut up some of this paper we made on Saturday. This is that polyfiber paper this was the video from Saturday if you guys missed it. Okay, this is gorgeous. I'd like to cut some of this up and stick it in a mold and see what happens. Yeah, so I just want to leave a little bit of that clear resin and not actually do 4 colors with the aqua today. We're gonna play with the Vibrant Aqua in the purely Pigments. It looks black in the bottle, but don't be deceived. It's actually a really gorgeous turquoise. Now, it's been reported, guys, so I just got to say that a few of the glass eyedroppers broke right at the same point, just about a 1/4 inch below the dropper. We've already switched to plastic droppers. But if for some reason you end up with, we've had 3 reported so far, but if you end up with one that you need a replacement, please don't hesitate to let us know. We want you to have the best quality possible. 2 drops, kids. And what I still love about this is, you know what? I think I'll take a little bit of this out before it does anything so you can see what I'm talking about. Just the color and no mica. It's amazing how much translucency you can get. You could use these for a transparent if you wanted to. Mandy and John, I know those are my 2 resin workers in the room. Not sure how many resin workers we've got on right now. But that's just the straight color without anything in it. And that's because the color base is so clean. This is not a dye. This is a pure artist grade color, but it's so clean. And again, that's not easy to find. I've searched for years to find color bases that don't have silica and other stuff in it. I mean, color companies do what they've got to do to make their products for however their customers want them. You know, I'm not going to judge them, but that's what it is. A whole great, yeah. The translucent, you can do these with any of these. So let's add some green diamond, interference blue. You know what? I'm going to go for the stronger shift. I want you really still to get the idea of what these interferences do. So we're going to show you how the interference green in one of these makes this look completely different than the interference blue in the other cup. Or actually the violet would be more striking, but it gives you an idea of how strong a shift. You're actually bending light waves. If you can wrap your mind around that, you're bending the light waves by introducing the interferences that alter the way your eye sees that color. And to play it really, really straight, we're going to basically make a combination of a satin and a galaxy diamond, because I just put some interference in there, green, would have made it a satin, right? And there's some diamond that would have made it a diamond. Oh, Casey's in the house. Hey, Casey. How you doing? Yeah, we've been talking to Cy and Britta and Saskia and everybody, trying to figure out how to schedule a live in advance so you guys can come into the same room with me, but we'll figure it out. So here's what happens. It takes this vibrant aqua into a green teal. You see that? We're playing it straight. Nice green teal. But can everybody say, Leslie, I want it richer? That's great. Let's add a little more purely pigment colors to this, the vibrant aqua. I'm going to go with, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4 more. So there's 6 in there. Who is ever keeping notes? Oh, thanks, Michelle. And now it's really, really getting rich. Okay. And you can keep going deeper. Now, what if I wanted, there is a way to deepen a violet. I know I keep telling you guys these little tricks. There's, an aqua without actually adding black. And technically it's purple. Blue will make it more blue, right? But if I put in some diazazine violet, if I can find it here on my back table. I'm always doing this to myself, thinking of something right there that I'd like to show you guys. So Why am I not using the purple Purely Pigments? Because this is too strong and this is too clear. And it would really take it down too much, right? But the Vivid Intense, it's only got about 3 mils of color per ounce, where this is like 26 mils of color per ounce. So a drop of the Diazazine Violet, and Diazazine Violet's a very strong color, so I really am gonna stick to that one drop. You're gonna see how you can take your teal to a darker shade, right? At first you see the purple, but then it takes it down the shade and you haven't actually lost your aqua. So instead of adding black to stuff, you don't add black to stuff to, I mean, many people do, but if you add black, it's not as organic as adding a violet to your turquoise to deepen it, a phthalo blue red shade to your red to make a wine, right? So a little bit of purple, turn this into a completely different color, but the green is still there. I can still see that interference green, very much so on this as I spread it out. All right. Thank you, Saskia. You're such a sweetheart. Yeah, it would be pretty in Ocean 4, but you see all that green shimmering in there. Okay, so now we've got the Vibrant Aqua. Set this aside over here, the Vibrant Aqua. And I'm gonna put in Interference Blue. Pretty basic. I think you guys are starting to see the predictability, right? Little Interference Blue. Technically, I should be putting in some Sparkle Blue. I think I'm gonna add some Angelwings, which is that opalite blue, that opal blue. Still gonna add a little sparkle to it, but I gotta have a little room to wiggle around and play. Yeah, I love those colors. Absolutely love those colors, John. Love, love, love them. So guys, so we're thinking of Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday as a regular schedule. Resin Tuesdays, Thursdays for acrylic. Saturday's just kind of an open play day. And boy, if I can get my equipment set up, you might find me one day just sitting there painting and I'll leave my camera on live. What do you guys think about all that? Give me your opinion, thumbs up. Don't even think about it, Leslie. Yes, we'd love it. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Look how different that is. Look how green this looks. See the blue teal popping in this, just popping. Now I could have gone violet mica and it'd give you a completely different look, but I did play it straight with the Interference Blue and the Angelwings Blue. Yeah, you'll find that in the Color Magic set. So, but to be fair, we'll bring it down 4 more drops so we can compare them side by side, right? Because the other one had 6 drops. And then I will even show you how to add that Diazazine Violet to this. But I'm gonna spread some out first before I do it. So we'll actually have 4 comparisons with only 2 colors in the cup. So that is a beautiful, rich aqua. I am loving that turquoise. I don't know, I like I do like green blues, but I'm really digging. Look at the difference. Can you guys see the difference? Wow. That's crazy. And that's because we're back to the same old scenario. Say it with me, folks. Interference mica interferes with the light and changes the way the eye see your colors. You're bending the light and bending your color waves. That's what you're doing when you're doing this. Stunning. One more. Let's just take it down with the violet, just because we can. Thank you. Mandy or Sweetheart, 1 drop of diazazine in there. That's all we need. I am bending the light. And remember, this is Vivid Intense Fluent Acrylics 1 drop. That Purely Pigments would be too darn strong, okay? This is gonna take it down a shade. You're gonna see a little violet tone into it, and then suddenly it's just gonna look like a darker turquoise. And that's how you deepen a blue or a turquoise. Just be careful not to use much purple, because then you're gonna take it over to where the violet actually shows, right? Like a blue-violet paint. You want it to stay turquoise, right? We don't want to change this. So we just want enough in there to deepen the shade of the color, but not really change it. Now this may or may not show up much on this tile. We'll see how this is gonna work here. I see a little bit difference between here and here. Sorry, there was a pause there. My battery's telling me we're going low here. All right, Saskia made a suggestion today. I'm gonna try to use a couple of these molds. Let's do this real quick, and I gotta find a home for this tile full of resin sitting next to me. Well, let's see. I really wanted to have time to cut up that polyfiber paper and put a little piece of it in a mold, like a bookmark or something. But this is, I don't know, these bookmark molds are really shallow. This will probably handle it. Or I have a heart mold. I have a very old heart mold. We could put this in, but let's start with pouring some of this out. And real quickly, I'll just try to cut up. This is a gorgeous section right here. I know, I'm cutting up my paper, folks. Sorry, everybody. Try it in the heart mold? Great. Okay. I'd have to cut a bigger piece. John, I think you're right. But at this junction, since I kind of decided to try this, I'm just gonna cut some edges around here. This is not perfect. I'm sure everybody will forgive me because this is just a test to see what happens. And I'll show you on tomorrow's live, even though we're gonna be talking about the metallics, what this looked like when it dried. Yeah, I think I cut them a little too oval. But I can probably scrunch it down in there. Okay, so I was thinking, I sure wish this resin had set up just a tiny bit more, because the thicker it is on the bottom, I guess I'm gonna use this green. The thicker it is on the bottom, the less chance it'll come up, and the thicker the resin is, like the more it's closer to setting up its time. It's 45 minutes. It's not so juicy. It starts to thicken up. And that's kind of like the perfect time to set something on top of it, knowing it's, oops, oh, I'm sorry. I was completely out of camera, guys. Just putting a little bit around here while I was talking. So this is the one I made with the green mica, right? And you're actually seeing it live. This is what the point of live is, right? We're gonna put some clear resin in the middle. Let's see what the color does. We'll be doing all 4 of these the same way. I just wanted to kind of get something started here and see if I can't push that paper down in there. I don't know, Saskia, it's not coming into the center. Normally when you're doing your colors, you know how it comes into the clear. Could it be that the resin's already getting cured or thickening up? She had suggested I do a resin mold today, just do the outside with the dark color and then the clear. But I think I'm probably rushing this. I can probably hear her through the phone going, why are you fuddling around with it? Just let nature take its course. Because I think that's how it works. It just sort of blends in. Anybody knows better than me You guys can let me know, but just for grins and giggles, I'm gonna try to set this in there. And then after it has a chance to set, I'm gonna squish it down a little. I know my paper's not working too great in here. I'm gonna pour some clear on top of this. So let's go to another section. Maybe I can pour these out in these bookmark molds because these are so shallow. And now here's a cool little tip when you're playing with molds. I'm gonna do it with the Sparkle Blue and Violet or Interference Blue and Violet. Not sure if you know that you can actually take mica powder and rub it on your molds, right? And it'll pick up, right? So it'll actually translate, like at the back of the bookmark will have this ghosty opalescent look, even though I might pour a different color on top. So this one is blue. This one's Sparkle Violet. I'm just gonna kind of rub some of this in here before we pour these off. Yeah, the mica that you rub in the mold will transfer right into, here's some interference gold. This will be fun. Wow, the gold is really pretty. I must admit, our interference gold is probably the prettiest interference gold I've ever seen. Incidentally, 28 years I've been doing this, guys, so I have watched this whole mica pigment market. That's way too much mica in there. I'm going to have to tap that out before I pour it. I got a little heavy-handed there. The mica market's really shifted, and so what used to be a great color interference we would buy 20 years ago now looks chalky to me. Remember the first time you went shopping for diamonds, if you ever have? The first diamond they show you looks stunning, and by the time you get to the last diamond, that's XXX or whatever that number is, clarity, that first diamond looks yellow. Well, your eye gets trained. They train your eyes when they make you go through that process with them. So this is blue, violet, gold. Oh, we're missing green. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to do interference red. So the same thing with the mica. Now, years ago, we all kind of we were all stuck with the same interference. Now they have higher qualities that have multiple coatings on them. They're sifted. What they do is they put the coating on, they cut it up, and they sift it for those different particulate sizes. And if they don't sift it enough, which is a cheap way of processing it, I'm going to dump this. Just bear with me, guys. Anything excess just got tapped off. Now, can you see all those in there? First one's blue. Second one's got the bigger sparkle. Third one is the gold. This is regular interference violet, and this is red. So what they do is they then have to put it in this machine with a screen, and they screen out all the chalkiness because the inside of the mica particulate is kind of chalky. Our mica is about 5 times more expensive than what the quality was that we could get that many years ago. It's got multiple coatings on it, and when I go outside, and actually if you just kind of relax your eyes and go outside and look at it on the back of your hand, you almost see every color of the rainbow in it. It's just, I must say, I know I go on, but I've spent 28 years looking for the highest quality minerals out there. And fun little tip, not all minerals are mica, but there are a lot of minerals that will beautify our artwork. And that's all I'm gonna let you guys know. So I spent a lot of years researching this stuff. And so play with your interferences. Make sure you use what you've got in your stash first, but when you finally get a jar of our stuff and get to compare it, I guarantee you won't be disappointed. So there's a few people on here that are affiliates that have used these before, so they can attest to what their experience is. So anyway, I'm being really careful because this is a very shallow thing, but these are little bookmarks. These will make cute gifts I can send out to customers in you guys' little goodie bags. So why not, right? Okay, so this one has the sparkle violet on the back. I want to use this turquoise. Even though, you know, I have some clear. Maybe what I can do is sort of do what Saskia and I were talking about. Let me run some of the darker color around the edges. Oops, went a little bit outside. If you've never played with resin, starting in mold is really easy because you kind of have it all encapsulated in one area. It's not like you're trying to work on a big old canvas, right? Hey, we got 26 people in here watching. Welcome, everybody. Just word of warning, though, I've got 2 warnings on my battery, so if this suddenly shuts off, we're trying really hard to get to the very end of this. I'm just going to pour these puppies out, and then I'm going to have to say goodbye for today. But I just want to push this in here. We know there's some sparkle violet in that center. It'll be really interesting to see what it does if it pulls out. I'm not going to mess with this, Saskia. I'm just going to let it do its thing. In this one, I'm going to use the amaryllis. This one has the gold backing to it. So let's just pour all out this beautiful amaryllis. We added quinacridone magenta to, and a couple drops of the Vivid Intense Phthalo Blue Red shade to turn it into a beautiful wine color. Let's see if you got this all the way up. You guys can see this. Apologies. This is the beauty of lives. Yeah, let's see what that does. Yeah, this is finally, I'm glad this has been sitting for a while. I mixed it up just as the first life started that we got kicked off of, or I kicked us off of. So we've got a good 30 minutes on this, maybe even 40, between these 2 lives back to back. Okay, let's see if I just can't clean up this edge here. Don't want a big messy. Ooh, don't let it run into the blue, Leslie. Don't let it run into the blue. So I hope everybody's going to have a great holiday. We got our holiday coming up. I'm so excited. By the way, this is the last 24 hours. This is blatant advertising where you can get that 35% off. We extended it a couple more days because the code wasn't working, especially for international people. And now we're down to the final 24 hours. So it goes off at around midnight tonight. It's actually going to go off at whatever time I wake up tomorrow morning. Because tomorrow morning I have to load up the new metallics. They won't be sold at 35% off. Sorry, guys. But we are going to give away some nice gifts. We'll make sure you get taken care of for jumping in and being part of what we're doing, and we really appreciate your business. Well, this one I'm going to have to use both. I'm going to run out, so the top half I'm going to use that bluish turquoise, and the bottom half of this is going to have that greenish turquoise. I think they should all be kind of rolled off, and this one I'll just kind of, this has that interference violet on the back. I'm just going to kind of run my stick between the two and kind of blend them together. One thing that's so beautiful is resin is self-leveling. It's real forgiving that way. Okay, last but not least, we got one more that we can do. I hope there's enough violet in this to make this strip. This is that pretty periwinkle that I custom mixed. Yeah, these are super shallow. Yeah, this has got that red on the back. This is going to be interesting. Now, when you pull it out, you'll see purple on one side, but the interference is really going to pop on that back side. So, nothing wrong with that, right? Okay, so we got these guys done. All right, 2 more things I want to do. set this aside. I'm just gonna see if that bleeds in, Saskia, see if it works. I'm leaving that alone. I'm gonna put some clear on top of the polyfiber paper. It's had enough time to set in there. I have no idea what this is gonna do, but at least better than you than me. If I had trimmed it just to the right side, had it ready to lay down, but I didn't. I may have to put another little coat of clear on top of it, but I'm dying to see what this texture paper looks like under resin. And you're right, John, next time I will use that bigger mold. That heart mold would have been so much better for this. You know, as a matter of fact, I don't have enough left. But what I do have, this is that swipe we did on Tuesday. And I used the Egyptian violet and that new metallic blue. I swiped it with the white. And I'm gonna put a little resin on top of this because I have a feeling, especially that metallic. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Sorry guys, give me a minute. I want you to see what I'm seeing. So I'm adding clear on top of this tile. Give me a minute. It's gonna get a little messy here for me, but I don't mind showing you. Let me get it all covered. Because as soon as the resin hit the tile, I saw that purely pigment metallic just sparkle like diamonds. Okay. Can you see that blue in the camera? Can you guys see this? Please, somebody tell me that you can see that blue as I'm turning it. I mean, that Egyptian violet is gorgeous, right? That Egyptian blue is gorgeous and it's sparkling too under the resin. But that metallic that I swiped on top of that, I'm looking at these little tiny gems of blue. Anyone else think the ecstasies from this bed? Yes, sometimes for me, you need sunglasses. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. What can I say? Well, you can see it. I see the purple sparkling. I add a little sparkle violet to the purple, so I've got these little purple dazzling diamonds. And that I'll try to do a close-up with my camera with a flash on and maybe kind of do some kind of short off this, but I am totally blown away with what that looks like. Wow. Okay, so let me get my gloves off so I can turn the camera around and say hi to everybody. So I'm really fortunate that somehow my batteries held up for another 42 minutes after we got the warning. And so couple pieces of business. We will be closed. ColourArte's going to be closed from Friday afternoon till Wednesday morning. My crew is going to get an extra day off. They work very hard, so they're getting Monday and Tuesday off for Christmas. I am going to do the live event tomorrow myself. I'm going to try to do one on Facebook and do one on YouTube back to back and show off the new metallics live. If I can figure out how to stream them together, I will. But if you're a YouTuber, you'll see something. And if you're Facebook, you'll see something. There's only 24 hours left of the Color My World 35, and then we'll go back to a regular 20% code. 35% is not sustainable. Tomorrow is the release of the new metallics, John. So we're going to be talking about the new metallic release yesterday, playing around with them a little bit. Oh, look at who's on my shoulder all of a sudden. She wants to come say goodbye to you too. Look at this. This is Jasmine. So Facebook will probably be 10, right? And YouTube will be 11, same time. Oh, she's a doll. She just, when she sits in, she's like one of those little lap dogs that sit right on your lap and wants to cuddle you the entire time. But I think she's trying to tell us that it's time to go because she's moving around and getting restless. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. Say goodbye to everybody. Yeah. All right, you guys. Well, I will see you tomorrow on Facebook and YouTube, either place. So Facebook, 10 o'clock, YouTube, 11 o'clock. That way we're keeping our 11 o'clock on the weekdays, for our YouTubes. Saturday mornings, I kind of want to come on at 9. That's noon Eastern. I'm a morning girl, and when I do my Saturday morning play day, like we did the polyfiber last time, I think this Saturday we might be playing with some deli paper. Paint down. Do people know where the like button is? Thank you, guys. The like button's down below. Everybody, please like and share with your friends. And happy holidays if I don't see you guys Friday or Saturday. I hope you have a wonderful time with your family. And thank you very much for your time and energy. And I appreciate you showing up and hanging with me today. And I will see y'all tomorrow. And thank you guys for your support. I really appreciate and love you, all of my fans. Bye, guys.